Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for Krampus, which of course is the brand new movie based on the European folktale legend of Krampus, who is a goat man who walks around and steals children who have been naughty. Christmas time. I got a message. I got two messages. Yeah, shit. Woo! Well, anyway, Krampus is a movie about, of course, Krampus, the Christmas devil, who is a pretty much the complete opposite of Santa, where Santa gives, he takes. He takes a lot. If you are a bad little boy, Santa says, I ain't showing up. You know, just send Krampus. And Krampus is like, all right, man. Hey, yo, Saint Nick, I'll just show up. I'll scare him. But he lies, of course. He doesn't scare him. He takes him. He takes him hard. So anyway, so there you go. That's what the well, that's not what the story is about, but that's what Krampus is about. But what is the movie Krampus about? Let's talk about it. The story for Krampus actually tells a genuinely decent story, which I was very surprised. I thought it was just going to be a bunch of people get into a house and then Krampus shows up and they have to survive. I thought that's what it really was going to be about, which it is, but there's more to it. There's more to explain. There's more to watch. There's more to hear. Everything, all the senses. But besides tasting, you ain't gonna taste this movie. But let me tell you this. Krampus is about, of course, a child who loves Christmas, loves Santa, thinks he's real, and he has a crappy family. Adam Scott's his father, who is loving, definitely, but he's a guy that's never really home. He's always traveling for whatever job he has. He drinks, you know, he's that kind of guy. And then he has his mom, played by Toni Collette, who is actually a pretty decent person. So I don't know. She's bogged down by how crappy her family is. But of course, during Christmas, the extended family shows up. You got the cousins, you got the uncles, you got the aunts, you got everybody, and they show up and man, they bring it down. They bring down the mood so quick. During a dinner, everybody is like pretty much reading this little kid's Santa Claus note or letter, and they're just like, they're not laughing, but they're reading it. It's like really kind of sad. He just wants like it just to be a regular Christmas again. That's what he's asking Santa Claus, and everybody's like starts fighting, and he's like, you know, screw it. I hate Christmas. I hate Santa. And he just rips it up and he throws it out the window, and of course that summons the devil, Christmas devil, goat man, Krampus, and his evil henchmen to come down and rain havoc upon thee. And what I mean by there's more to the story is that the beginning of the movie actually shows you a pretty good montage of pretty much Black Friday, where people are running into stores and hitting each other, ripping apart things. And it plays, of course, one of the most classic Christmas songs ever. You know, I'm not going to spoil it, actually. I'm not going to spoil it, because you think of the song and you already know what it is. But I don't want to spoil it for, I don't know why. I just feel like it's like a good little, like, oh, they're playing this song, and while you watch this kind of sadness happening, it's the most wonderful time of the year. That's what that's the song. I don't care. Screw it. I'm going to spoil it. But it's a great, like, 4 or 5 minutes. That's pretty funny, but also kind of sad. Like, yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Oh. To be fair, I go to Black Friday. I don't bump and try to kill people. I just get my movies and I get out. But yeah, it's very true. That's why I think the story is more about like how we lost the Christmas spirit, really. And here you just watch a bunch of kind of despicable characters kind of become better people towards the end of the movie, but still get picked off one by one because it is a horror movie. So that's the story for Krampus. It has a little bit more to do than just a straight up slasher style execution where, you know, everybody's getting picked off one by one with different little creatures and stuff running around. It's a little bit more than that. But don't get me wrong, it's not all about that. It really is mainly about the picking off one by one. And let me tell you this, Krampus does it pretty well. Now, do not expect Krampus to be the most bloody movie out there, because it is not. It is a PG-13 horror film, which I know a lot of people were already disappointed when they heard that before this movie came out. But me, I was okay with it because I knew what I was getting into. It is about Krampus, which is a kind of silly myth or legend or folktale. It's a folktale, you know. It's a little silly, but it's still a creepy idea of pretty much a Santa Claus who's evil, but he's a goat guy. You know, he has a weird, like, elongated face, and he has the big horns, and he has, like, the goat legs and stuff. He's creepy. He is. He's a very creepy, albeit silly character, or myth, I guess. But they do a great job here because even though it is a horror movie, it is also a comedy. And when it gets to the comedic elements, it is very well done. The comedic elements, maybe at the beginning, are a little less so, because it's all about, like, the first maybe 15-20 minutes is about the family being dysfunctional and stuff, and they're all fighting and stuff. And don't get me wrong, the writing is good there. Writing's good in the entire film. But I would say that the best parts are when the horror elements start popping up, mixing with the comedy, and you just see people's reactions to stuff. Like Adam Scott and David Kushner and even Toni Collette, they all have really good, very funny, very comedic responses or reactions, facial reactions or verbal reactions to what the hell is going on in the movie. Like, there's a part where David Kushner has to fight gingerbread men, and his reaction to that is pretty funny. And then after, when they say, like, a bunch of characters show up and say, "Hey, David Kushner, we need you to help us," he's like, "Come on, man, I just fought freaking gingerbread guys." Like, there's a lot of really great reactions like that, and it's silly. Don't get me wrong. Don't go into this expecting a very straightforward, just horror movie where it's like, don't expect Paranormal Activity. Don't expect like, oh, there's gonna be long, lingering shots, and then big teddy bear monster shows up. No, it's a very silly, very goofy, very fast-paced horror film. It's only a 95-minute movie, and it uses that time extremely well. And I also have to say this, the horror elements, maybe not the scariest stuff in there, but there is actually a lot of really good tense moments and some creepy visuals. There's some really awesome creature designs in this movie, where they take, like, I guess Christmas gifts, like kind of teddy bears and little like porcelain doll angels and stuff, and they make them look very, very creepy. Let me just say, I don't want to exactly explain what they look like, even though in the trailer you've already seen some of them. And I've told you, like, gingerbread men start attacking people. But there's a couple of really good, like, weird ones. Like, there's one where the mouth opens up and it's just a big gaping maw with a bunch of little teeth. It pretty much looks like the Sarlacc pit from Star Wars, except it's really creepy. It's all juicy and moist. It's like, oh god, it's all gross. And the first time you see it, it's stuffing, like, someone in its mouth, and it's just like, oh my god, I have nightmares about a porcelain doll thing eating a child. I don't know, I have weird dreams. But it's all very effective, but not in like the, oh, it's not jump scares, even though the movie ends with a jump scare, a very funny one, admittedly. But it's just a fun movie to watch. All the creature effects, all the practical and some of the animatronics and doll effects, just I'm not doll effects, puppetry, I guess, working all together with some great acting from everybody, and some decent emotional, some emotion in there. Like, there's actually a whole scene, I shit you not, where it pretty much goes Pixar. Halfway through the movie, it shows you the backstory of a character, and it's all animated, and it looks incredible. It looks more like Tim Burton, doesn't look like Pixar. It's very, very black and whites and stuff. It looks like maybe like if Corpse Bride was, it actually looks like Coraline. There you go. It looks very Coraline-ish, which I love Coraline. And it looked really cool. And I was like, what? This movie, how much does this movie cost? $15 million. Oh, how much does Adam Sandler movies cost? Like $70 to $80 million. And that movie has nothing. This has great practical effects, an awesome looking Krampus, some great animation, like fantastic acting for the most part. Everybody does a great job. Some really, really solid writing, and a great director with Michael Dougherty, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, who directed Trick or Treat, one of my favorite horror movies to watch every Christmas. I mean, every Halloween. I just watch it whenever. Every Halloween. It's a great, great one. And you know what? Krampus is it's shaping up to be a movie I watch every Christmas. It's a very fun movie. Doesn't overstay its welcome. Has a lot of really fun moments. And Krampus, I did mention this, but Krampus, when it actually shows him, which it doesn't show him that much, it really saves it up. When it shows you what Krampus looks like in the face and all that, it's pretty creepy. It is. It's very, very unsettling. So this movie is creepy. Maybe not too scary, but it's creepy. Has a lot of funny moments. Some great practical doll effects and all that. And some really good performances from everybody, including Adam Scott and David Kushner and everybody else. Toni Collette. A lot of comedic actors in this, and the child actors are really good. So I'm gonna give this movie, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 34 out of 40. I really liked it, and it's probably gonna be a Christmas movie I come back to every year. there you go. I really liked it. Krampus was a lot of fun, and it was much better than I thought it was going to be, which I thought was going to be pretty good, but I didn't think it was going to be great. So there you go. That's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and until next time, goodbye.